Got my drink here with me and quite refreshing, to be honest. It's very nice. Welcome to the first episode of things I did this week, and I'm going to start off with my playlist, which I don't listen to a lot of music, to be honest. I just listen to the same thing. This week I'm really obsessed with Light of the Seven by Ramin Djawadi. It's from the Game of Thrones soundtrack. Those last few minutes, it's so good. It's when Cersei burns the Great Sept or something, and yeah, it's really one of my favorite soundtracks ever. And I've also been listening to a lot of Fleetwood Mac, Silver Springs. That part when oh, she sings "Don't Say She's Pretty" is just oh so good. And I have also been listening to a lot of um not to a lot, but I've been listening to Silo Chico Twala's the Bobango theme song. It brings back like childhood memories. It's so good. And I really like it. I think it's like a well done song. The version I listened to it starts quite a bit late. I think it's like seconds late, but I'm patient enough for it because it's a jam. And then books I am reading or currently or have read during the week. So let's start off with everything I read during the week. I'm not sure what I'm doing is advisable since I suspect it's a skin infection that I have. I don't know, but I also am trying to get rid of the dark marks as soon as possible because I feel like the more I wait, the more they'll stay. I don't know. I read Lance by Vladimir Nabokov, and this was very cryptic. Three short stories, and I can't say that I liked it. Like, I was really disengaged. Narratively, nothing really interested me, especially Lance. I'm not really a fan of sci fi at all. Um, and yeah, so Lance was just completely out for me. But the two other short stories weren't bad. It's just, again, I was not really engaged. I don't think that they were interesting to me. I did like I just typically enjoy this when a writer has a main character and they write about a specific character, like briefly say something about the specific character. In the two short stories, it's the wives, and we gain so much information and like access to their interiority, and I find that really interesting because it was very subtle, and it's also very subtle in these two stories. And the wives are so devoted to their husbands or to their child in the second short story, and I feel like it reveals so much about them. And yeah, and then William Carlos Williams' Death the Barber. I was really not interested in this. I read a review on Goodreads where the person was like, the only interesting thing, actually, the only poetic thing about this poetry book is William Carlos Williams's name. And I agree because I was really bored. And I made this mistake when I was watching Patterson, and I really thought that they used William Carlos Williams's poems in that movie. Turns out I was wrong. Um, and I bought this book because of that movie, to be honest. And what a waste of my money! What a waste of my money. And I'm currently reading Elena Ferrante's The Lost Daughter, and I'm really enjoying this. This is my first Ferrante, and I like any literature that has it's about mothers. Lida is a mother and she's on a vacation. Her kids are grown and in Canada, and um, she starts like obsessing over this young mother, and her family and her child. And we have a lot of access into her inner life and how her relationship with her daughters and her relationship with her own mother, and it's just like so interesting, and she's so unhinged and it gives me the sense of someone who's really depraved, and the way that she thinks about her daughters as being like an extensions of herself almost, where like it's so in depth and it's so enjoyable because there's like layers to her psychology. Even when she starts realizing that men are interested in her daughters when they were in their teen years, and she finds a way to connect this to them almost being interested in her as well, because after all, her daughters came out of her. And yeah, fascinating stuff, and I'm really, really loving it. But it's like really engrossing, and as a story, I'm just like really into it, and I can't wait to continue reading it. And then I have been watching Ugly Betty, and yeah, nothing not like nothing else, but that's been my like main focus, and I really, really love it. I love Betty and her family. um I'm not really, who's the my like my least favorite character, but like Daniel kind of annoys me, and I'm assuming him and Betty are going to be like end game or something, but I'm like, oh, okay. I don't get the big deal about him, to be honest. And Betty's so devoted to him. And yeah, she needs some work life boundaries. And I hate Walter. And I hate how Betty's sister is always rooting for Walter because he sucks. Like, he cheated on Betty, firstly, and then stalks her when he's trying to win her back. And Betty, I don't know like the whole story with Henry yet, obviously, because I'm still on season one. But I like Betty and Henry. And yeah, I just really like the series. I like how maximalist Betty's style is. I love her relationship with Christina. Um, I love all of the women. Like, no surprise. To me, it's not a surprise, actually. And yeah, and I also watched one episode of Castlevania Nocturne. And I enjoyed it, and I think I will continue watching it because I think it's like 6 or 8 episodes. Mm, and then something I tried to watch, and then I was like, nah, was Everything Now. I just realized, I don't know if it's good or not. I just realized that um, I'm not the target audience, and I found myself like a lot of the times just like trying TV shows that are set in high school or college, and I'm like, I'm way too old for this. Like, yeah, not to say that obviously people who watch it and they like out of high school and college, university, um, whatever, but like I just don't find anything appealing anymore in TV specifically like that. So I switched it off, and I was like, let me watch something else. And it was probably Ugly Betty. And yeah, something else obviously I'm enjoying a lot is iced coffee. So good. It's so cold. And I am going to wait, I think 10 minutes, and I'm gonna go peel this off and hashtag pray for my skin. Pray that the spots here, because like my nose, like I don't mind the spot here. It's one on my forehead right at the center. I don't mind it because I feel like it will fade. But the nose stressing me out. Like, I'm at the point where I'm just negotiating that, okay, it's fine if my hands, okay, my hands aren't that bad. It's just because what was the issue was my palms, because that was like where the itching was the most. And I have like some red marks on my thumb, but like that's fine. As long as obviously it stays on my palms, because I'm sure I will feel a type of way if my hands are also just, yeah. Anyway, let me not overthink it. And that was it for the week. And I'm gonna finish this off and go unwind, not wine. And yeah, ciao.